Should they be scared?
What do you mean? Who are they?
You know what I'm talking about.
You mean the Tata Curvv?
Even that, then the MG ZS EV, even the Honda Ioniq 5, even the Volvo XC40 Recharge, even the Mercedes EQA.
The list goes on,
The list goes
on and on.
But these curves are going to hit the Tata Curvv the most.
Definitely, because the Tata Curvv does 165 bhp and 215 Nm of torque.
And this produces 282 bhp and 380 Nm of torque. Just on that. Plus, this comes on a standard Tata Curvv, is 45 kilowatt battery. This, even a base variant is 59 kilowatt of battery.
And well, Tata Curvv does 0 to 100 in 8.6 seconds.
6.7 seconds. You know. So this actually eats the Tata Curvv completely out of the Tata Curvv.
Especially with the price range.
Especially the price. So unless they reinvent the wheel, drop the pricing, because design is still subjective, you know.
Yes.
I might like the design, some people might not like the design.
Definitely.
But just on the basis of the features, the Be Sexy really kills it. Agreed.
Even the EV9.
Even the EV9. The price point of the EV9 with that size, it's really
interesting.
Something that.
Yes.
But let the viewers decide that.
Yes.
Because for that, you'll have to watch till the end. Because together with you, we'll take a verdict. It's not that everything is right about this car. There's something which is not right about this car. For that, you have to stick on. Let's start with the driving then.
This one.
Okay, cool. Let's go.
Yeah.
So that's something which is on the hindsight, you'll get used to it.
So Ramesh, how do you feel in the all-new B6E?
Be Sexy, yeah, Be Sexy. A tongue twister name, but it's also going to get you people in trouble, because when you tell this to a girl,
Yes.
please come in my Be Sexy, then you might land up with a slap. But from a driving, it actually feels quite good, you know, because A, you have a very good road visibility. You see everything spot on. You know, for some reason, also the space between the steering wheel and the bonnet, you have a huge space here.
Dashboard, yes.
Dashboard. It's amazing. I mean, I've not seen something as big as in any car. Not only this, I don't know if it's good or bad, but something very different.
Looks futuristic.
It's really
I would
futuristic.
say.
Because the screen which is showing the heads-up display
Yes.
right there, it's also like a tunnel.
Yes.
People might mistake that for a storage. They might just go and keep stuff there.
No, but we have storage here.
You have
So,
storage here,
Not there.
and we have a great storage there. You can show. We have kept. You can also keep a
Let me show you.
laptop there, so you can see how deep it is.
Sunglasses. Phone.
And
A
then
lap.
this, yes,
Quite a lot.
it's quite a lot of space. And then of course on the side you have the two storage bars.
Yes.
Now
And you also have storage here below. as
below.
well.
So I think they have got it all right. I think this is inspired from the Ioniq 5, because Ioniq 5 also has a lot of storage, and I like that. I have a sense of cabin to myself. It's a space. You know, you're driving a
Like you feel like it's very driver centric.
very driver centric.
And they were saying this is more inspired from a fighter jet.
That's like too much thinking, but I don't think it's fighter jet. But yeah, it gets its inspiration from it, because you get these consoles
Roster,
and
and
but
then-
this is again plastic. That it should have been brushed aluminum, and then that's asking for too much. You know, you have a camera here, you have everything that is there from a driver point of view. But important thing is this braking is so much on point. You see, I drive and there's traffic here.
I can trust the car.
Yeah, you can trust the car.
You're scaring, but
So far, you can trust the
is
car.
trusted.
And all these ADAS level 2 functions, I've tried the level 2. This is the roadside right now.
Yes.
This is the lane assist. For some reason, when the horns, you know, intuitively you'll end up pressing here. Actually, it's actually working. We tried earlier, it was not working.
Yes.
And these horns are working from all sides.
Yes, that's very nice.
So, because Indians love to blow their horns. Again, this can be taken in an objective way, but I don't mean that. This is all about being very practical.
And the
So-
seats actually are so comfortable and they look so classy.
The whole looks so classy. Agreed with you. And it also gets a voice assistance, which is so cool when you're driving, because you don't have to really take your hands off on the screen. If you want some information, you can try.
Hey Alexa, what's the weather like in Chennai?
Right now in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, it's 27.
So that's what I'm saying. It's all so intuitive. I mean, this is the first car which is in this range. I think it's got the Alexa enabled.
also, when you say, all of this is included, there are
Driving modes.
Let's
We are
try.
in the range mode right now.
Let me put it to everyday.
Everyday mode, which gets a little bit more exciting, I think. Now let's go to the last one,
Race.
which is the race mode. We're on the
won't
streets
race
of
on the
Chennai,
race.
but Chennai also has a street racing circuit, so I guess it's legal to do race mode here.
Oh no.
But you see, this really has a
Quite punchy.
great acceleration, super punchy. And important thing, when you drive hard, you need to know how your braking is, because if you can brake on point, then it gives you more sense of confidence.
Yes.
And with this range, with the torque and NM, which is all factored in,
It's
quite a
380
balance.
Nm of torque, which is
Correct.
quite a lot.
Quite a lot, and it's very, 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 very peppy to drive. No complaints. I would have liked. I don't like myself. I personally don't like a hexagonal steering, because I like the steering which is round, so that you can just move and it slides your way back. But that's me.
But
Otherwise,
that's
futuristic.
design,
Okay.
and we need a change. We are moving towards the
We
future,
do.
so it might take some time to adjust.
Correct.
But you never
Except
know.
the seat massager, this XE has got everything sexy about it. And you know what? You also get a camera feed here right now. If I press on this, I actually get to see clearly who's behind my tail, who's on the side of me.
You can have it's the 360
Yeah, I can get
degree.
all the views. So it has all the cameras from all the angles. I can also get a front view. I don't know why will somebody use the front view, because you can see clearly, but you can
No,
get all the views.
It's for parking, and when I talk about parking, you actually have a great feature where you have options to let the car park for itself.
Correct.
So if you can just sit in the car and select that option, or you can go out of the car and let the car park
Yeah.
it. So that's a really good feature.
Okay, so what are the other features? Now, if I press this, I get a one pedal on drive, which is very interesting, because then you don't really need to keep pressing. You can one pedal driving is what you get in the Volvo XC40 Recharge and all the premium cars. Also, one thing which is very cool about this is that I have a navigation pan right here. The same camera feed, the same Google Maps is working right here.
Which makes it much more easier for you.
And it's so clear, the pixel, the clarity of the screen, even with my glasses on, I can see bang on.
Yeah.
So that's something very intuitive. I think there's nothing not to like about it. The finish, everything is so well placed. Important thing is that it comes with the Dolby Atmos sound system.
First time in India.
So we have to blast some music and see the experience, because I can see speaker right here, Twitter, everything.
Let me do that.
Let's do that, and let's see how the quality is here. So the sound is,
That is so cool.
the volume is, the highs are good, and the mid range also is good.
Yes.
But even the sound volume, as in the decibel level, it can really go full on. I mean, if you really park the car and watch a YouTube video which we have inbuilt,
Yes.
you can get a theater experience with your near and dear ones, whatever. Then it also has a race mode, right?
Yes. Let me show you that as well.
Yeah,
It says performance.
performance, and
And then you have off-road and racing. In that you can start your
we'll do that on the track. All right, so the 6E is good. What about the XEV 9E? Let's move to that.
I'm gonna drive that.
We'll see. So Meera, finally on the driver's seat, how does it feel?
Well, quite comfortable, and to be honest, it's massive to me. Like
Yeah.
driving while the car feels massive.
But don't you think there's more road noise coming in this as compared to the B6E?
Oh yes, for sure. Because right now I can feel the road noise coming in quite a lot.
More much, yeah.
While we were in the B6C, it was not at all audible. It was
Very
more
quieter
like,
cabin, yeah,
It
correct.
was more like a race car
That's
vibe.
born electric, so I think that's something got to do with. You can feel the XUV 700 vibes all over the place, right? With the steering knob and the way it's all built up.
Yes.
But also, 3 screens. Do you get distracted?
While I'm focused on the road, not really, but yeah, it can be distracting.
It doesn't get a privacy
because
screen from this side. So no, all the big cars like the Range Rover, in the Jeep have a screen which is privacy. Like the driver can't see, even the Porsche.
Yes.
And of course, we are now comparing this to
them.
big cars, but that's what they want us to do. You know, the luxury cars.
They expect us to compare them with the luxury cars, so we are doing that.
Yeah. The thing is that the driver side screen is very very good because I have some very interesting apps here.
How is it?
I can also go to Nykaa and order lipstick for you. Do you want some particular shade? I don't know why somebody will like to do this here when you have a phone in front of you. But then they've given us this. Interesting thing is the zoom, which we'll do in some time. But it also gets the blind spot. That's also there in the 6E. So in terms of driving assist, I think that
two features are really good, to be honest.
the controls and buttons are not as much as there. Maybe that looked more immersive as a cabin experience from the driver side.
It feels like an SUV.
It feels like an SUV.
It's nothing like something special
Something
that you
different,
would get.
correct,
You know,
yeah.
while in the BE you felt like this is a whole different world that you are in.
So in terms of tech, it's got the same thing. It's got the same. It is going to miss the sunroof. Don't you think a segment of people paying at this price point would want a sunroof? That's something missing. But they've given us a very nice wide panoramic fixed glass roof, which is all got millions of colors and illuminates and looks good.
And this has the butterfly logo on the sunroof, which is quite nice. While the BE has a different design pattern on it.
But my question is that in India, the only feature that is not used is the sunroof, but the only feature which is a deal breaker for a lot of people, especially when it's a family buying experience, when your kid wants a car, is looking for a sunroof.
Yes.
Which
is
again illegal to open the sunroof on an open road. It's not advisable, but then that's a deal breaker.
Yeah, kids want what they want. So.
And whatever kids want, the parents have to agree. So that's something they have to balance it out. But they have given kids games to play with, so
quite
they
a lot.
Come here and
also
play.
What I'm noticing is there's this drive assist over here. When I put that,
it gets a navigation screen on your thing.
Navigation, but also this drive assist, where you can literally see each and every car or vehicle that is in front of you.
Yeah.
It shows it on the screen over here, so that gives a more idea, and that's a good feature, to be honest.
That's a good feature to have. I think that works very well when it's very Tesla. It also, I think when it's very foggy, when you can't have a visibility, I don't know if this feature will work that time with the camera. That's something that we have to figure out. But apart from that, when you give that indicator, I can see a screen popping up. That's just like the Hyundai Alcazar and the Creta. How's the brake? How's the braking now? Not bad.
And it does 0 to 100 in 6.8 seconds.
For a vehicle of this size, it's quite a neat feature.
Yes. You do have that in a few other cars as well. But for this segment...
But I also felt, when I was driving, especially the 6, I've also driven this. So when you accelerate, even though it's 6.8 seconds, it feels a lot faster.
Yes.
Because of the torque coming out of EV, I think that makes give you the feeling of that thrill is never not there. Thrill is always there. Now, one thing that we will talk about the visibility, because in the 6E, the visibility was very poor because of the sloping roofline. It's also the same thing, and it has those. It's better than that, I guess.
Little better than that for sure, because this is a higher car. It's longer. The view is still there. I can still see the vehicles behind me. Were you able to see that in the B60?
No, not at all. But then you have a camera feed. There you are. You can see clearly, crystal clear. So they've given you the answer for the problem that you have.
Things out for you.
Again, the same issue here. When you have to get to the drive mode, tuck, do that. This is still better. I'll tell you why. Because this gear knob, we are used to that. That's like a new joystick, right? So it takes time to press, not press, press the brake. I think it's about getting used to that. That's not a feature that we can really pull them on. What we can pull them on is basically they've given everything which is required.
Not left
anything
out,
to be
And they have
As long as it functions very well, even after 1 year of the buying, we are very happy with the way
they
Mahindra is
have
built.
features which you expect in a higher segment of cars with a higher price range.
Definitely, definitely.
And I mean, to be honest, 20 or 21?
25. This one
No,
comes
this
on,
is 21.
but this is a
21.
75. This is a higher battery pack variant, which gives you a good range. But we don't know yet the 59 kilowatt battery, how much
How
range
much
with
is
that,
the range?
because there's so much of tech here. Also, we have to understand that with so much of pixels, with so much of technology inside, it's also consuming battery.
Yes.
It's runs on Snapdragon. It's a very fast processor inside. A lot of things are happening, so it's going to draw power, and of course that's going to come from a driving range. So everything is going to add up.
They've focused a lot.
And for you, when you drive on race mode, you're not going to get any range.
I'm fine with
Forget
that.
about that.
I'm fine with that. But for 21.9 lakhs,
This is a deal and a steal.
for sure.
On that note, it's time to step out and let's show them the whole car in details. Design is perspective. Honestly, I'll tell you something. When I saw the car for the first time, I was kind of shocked because this is the kind of design which will shock, which will knock you off. But the more you look at it, the more it grows on you. Now, we are talking about something which is born in India. It's a born electric car from Mahindra. So they have to go a little ballistic. I would say that this is a little over the top, but it is futuristic. It is what you need to see on the Indian roads. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is a beauty. Now, let me start from the start. For example, this LED C-shaped DRS, which is now the signature for the Mahindra electric vehicles. And there's also very big air vents, just like the race car pedigree, which it tries to symbolize. Also, this blacked out material, there's no chrome. That's the beauty, because this is very, very classy looking design. Move to the side, these wheel arches are 18-inch, and these wheel arches again is very beautiful, the wheel covers. Now, again, there is this nice piano black finish on the side, no chrome, flush door handles, which speaks of premiumness. Even this is all blacked out. There's a spoiler here, which again has been not a regular spoiler, because this looks like something out of a science fiction. Yes, that's how it looks. Even the rear design is going to first shock you, then you'll start liking it. These red LED lights, from the far when you see, you can know that this is a Mahindra electric car going. The boot space also is very attractive, 450 liters here. Now, these are very, very good looking cars. There is no exhaust, but the way it has been designed, it gives you the feeling that there are twin exhaust tailpipes coming out, but there's nothing to be seen. This is the BE6E. Let's see what Mira has to say about the 9.
The Mahindra XEV 9e launched at 21.9 lakhs, and both the cars have been developed under Mahindra's Enclo platform. Now, in terms of design, I'm really impressed because Mahindra has raised the bars high. It has gone for the futuristic look, and it's almost like they are very close to the original concepts. So let's talk about design over here. First up, you have Mahindra's butterfly infinity logo over here, and then you have the LED DRL's daylight running lamps, which is very similar to Mahindra's design language. And then on the front bumper, it's a very simple design, but it still, adds up to the futuristic design. Now, Mahindra has made sure to make the car look quite muscular, aggressive, and it has done all the contoured bodywork, keeping in mind the aerodynamics. And coming onto the side, there's 19-inch alloy wheels with aero covers, keeping in mind the aerodynamics of the car. Then coming over here, we have flush door handles, which is obviously very premium, and it's similar to the BE6E as well. Then there's a black cladding that goes around the car above the tires as well, which is really premium too. Now let's go to the rear. First up, you have the sloping roofline, which gives the car a very coupe SUV silhouette, and that's a really nice look as well. At the rear, you do not have much going on, and what's really smartly done is how they have hidden the charging port right here. And smart move, guys. Let's check out the boot space. 663 liters of boot space, quite a lot. I can literally sleep over here. The first thing that you notice as soon as you enter the car is the triple screen display over here. These two are more driver centric, while the passenger also gets their own screen and a lot of features to play around with and to entertain themselves. They also can actually video call, which is quite interesting. I've hardly seen that in this segment of cars. Now over here, this is the gear knob, and most of the features that you can access not just from the screen but also from this thing over here. This is the home button. Then obviously you have driving modes that you can select. All you have to do is press the buttons and then use this. Climate control and volume as well. And obviously the new steering wheel that you get is very electric and futuristic design. Also the seats are very comfortable, and obviously there's a lot of white going around, and it really matches well with the futuristic design, but I feel it will be a little difficult to manage in the Indian lifestyles for sure. But obviously with the way the car has been set up, and you know, people who will buy this will obviously be the ones who will be taking care of their cars quite a lot. So that's totally manageable. Over here there's a lot of storage here. Then you have the wireless charging and some more storage right here, and then you can put your key right here. Now when I'm sitting in the rear seat, obviously I'm very comfortable because there's a lot of leg room and headspace over here. Now one of the very interesting features that I really liked was you can connect your tablets over here from both the seats over here, and then there's this feature called theater mode, which syncs all the tablets and the screen and gives you a whole movie date night, and 4 people can sit over here in the car and just have a nice date.
Mira, it's time for a verdict.
Well, to be honest, in my opinion, I feel the B60 looks way more defined.
Yeah, you know, it's also born electric. The interiors look more inclusive. The XEV 9e doesn't look, it looks like afterthought, because from the exterior it looks definitely same as the 6e. Similar, but from the interiors it's just like XUV 700 extension, because you can't really pinpoint too much differences.
Definitely. And talking about design, I feel you do not get something like this in the market.
It's outclassing everything else in the market at the current price point. Also, so a lot of things which are at twice the price point. Now that in design perspective, again, is subjective to the viewers.
But I feel it's very close to its original concepts,
Correct.
which is
again a big tribute, because normally concept cars and original, they are very different.
Yes.
So Mahindra has been able
Good
to
job.
do that.
Tick.
Good job. Tick. Let's talk about the performance and power figures. Yes, because there's nothing like this in the power figures. The closest competition is not even close.
Doesn't match. Yes.
And even the other segments, which are twice the price almost, they're also matching the
Yes,
price
and
point. So
exactly the point. They are so much more expensive, and you get the similar numbers in such a good deal.
correct. Now, performance in this is very important part.
Yes.
Now, when a person is looking to choose a car, he's always going to draw a comparison between. First, he will choose
Yes.
EV. If he chooses EV, then he has to, of course, go for 4-5 options.
Yes.
In that, when they go for this, the biggest thing is the range anxiety. The range-wise also, they have really nailed it.
Tick.
Now, I don't think they have left anything for us to not like it, right?
There might be a few things.
Few things. You know what? They should have given us. Aviation mode,
Well, I think they should have given me a new free tent,
massage seats,
massage seats.
swim mode, missing. What about a bulletproof?
The glass, yes, a
glass.
good one.
And maybe a tent, right? A full tent.
They have raised the expectations for us.
Come. Let's think more.
Yeah.